People walk down lonely roads. Princesses kiss their ugly toads. People pray to make life easier. People write songs about love. People pray to their gods above. Princesses, they let their hair down. In 2019, when I was first starting to conceptualize how I was going to move forward musically, I had a few options that I was considering. I could have stayed local and recorded a few great albums, but that would mean not long distance hiking. Or the option that I ultimately decided to go with, continue long distance hiking and record many lower quality albums. It was an intentional choice that I made to allow me the time and space to create something epic and novel. So I set off to record in the wilderness an 18 album series based on my personal belief system. It is the Dreadlock series, and it is structured like this. There are 4 major locks of 3 albums each, and 3 minor locks of 2 albums each. The major locks are based on my belief that love, happiness, freedom, and art are the most important things in life. Everything that I do is to gain knowledge and experience through these 4 things. Love and happiness are bound by the first minor lock, the individual. Freedom and art are bound by the second minor lock, community. And all are bound by the final lock, strength. Love is a dull pain, almost like a summer's rain. Soft, it drizzles and keeps us satisfied. We almost enjoy its cooling effect, and we can't find it in our hearts to leave. So smothered in its mask that to stay we will all insist. I believe that love is the most important thing in the world. To love, to be loved, to express love, to accept love. I think about love as an energetic thread that connects us all. And we as individuals are like colors on that thread. I believe that reality is that single thread woven into a tapestry. It is imperfect, with flaws and clashing colors, but there is as much beauty in that as is in those that match. And if you zoom out, you can see that despite our differences, we are all connected by one single thread. Love. I met you, and like the fates could tell you, I was already in love with you, but I never wanted to make you mine. You are your own person, and you are sublime. You should never belong to anybody. I just want to share time. Because I know I could absolutely be with someone. I know I could absolutely be with someone that makes me happy the way that you do. I know that I could be happy with somebody that is absolutely free. And I know that you could absolutely be happy too. I believe that happiness is the meaning of life, or the pursuit thereof. I believe that happiness is the one emotion that we are all always striving for. I used to think about love as an emotion and strive for that. But I've come to realize that what I was actually searching for were the emotions that love triggers. And by understanding what emotions are and how they work, it gets me closer to true happiness. That by experiencing all emotions, I'm better able to be happy. And that, to me, is the point of all of this. The sun will rise any moment now. I can see the ocean sparkle with life. I will rise and fly on the rays of dawn and keep moving on. 'Cause the sun will rise over the mountain as I look out over the sea. I will rise and fly on the rays of dawn and keep moving on toward the fountain. Love and happiness can and should be shared, but both start within yourself. How can anyone love or gift happiness to another if they don't first love themselves? If they aren't honest with themselves about what truly makes them happy? This is why love and happiness are bound by the individual. These are what make us, us. All of them standing on a street by the road in a field made of flowers and grass. None of them do anything they're told, and you can always find them sitting on their ass. Then one of them said, "Today we won't sit, we'll stand." Then they all said in unison, "We gotta stick it to the man." So they sat down, wrote this song, and fell asleep in the cold. They dreamt their dreams of rights and wrongs to realize how to do what they're told. So clap your hands to the rhythm of societal drums. Play your life as loud as you can. Be a prophet, be a king, live in sin, be happy. Just give a little every now and then wave all your piggies up into the blue. Wave all your piggies up into the blue. Wave all your piggies up into the blue. Don't stop. As important as it is to be an individual, it is equally important to respect the fact that we all share this world. That nobody is better than anybody else. We all deserve to be happy. We all deserve to be free. Things like freedom and art are expressions meant to be received by others. In that way, they are bound by community. Let me say what I want to say. Let me do what I want to do. Let me play what I want to play. Let me go where I want to go. One thing that I have always been passionate about was freedom. When I try to break it down into its simplest form, I come up with this: that freedom is the act of living without boundaries. Or, more accurately, living within the boundaries that you set for yourself. That is to say, that I believe that everybody should be free to do whatever makes them happy, as long as they're not harming anyone else. Freedom is exploring your own limits while also being connected to the larger world. The key to freedom is considering the consequences and expected harm to others, and then ultimately making a decision based on what makes you happiest in the long run. Waking up in her van, a welcome routine. I've never been happier than when she says, "Good morning." The lights dance in her hair, a gentle sheen. Waking up in her van, a welcome routine. And I'm feeling like I am truly seen. Each morning, a new song to sing. Waking up in her van, a welcome routine. Because I've never been happier than when she says, good morning. Art is a very broad term. There are an infinite amount of mediums to which one could express themselves artistically. There are visual arts and music, of course. There are culinary arts, and even something as common as language is an art. In that way, we are all artists in our own right. I think that it is important to appreciate any time someone expresses themselves as an artistic expression of who they are as a person, even if that's nothing more than small talk with a grocery store clerk. I do sometimes feel big and small simultaneously. It's weird. However, there is comfort in the bright stars. Beautiful. Spectacular. And so it is that we are small. Nothing more than a speck in the night sky. Our minds comparable to the universe. Infinite. Never ending. There is strength in community, but there is no community without the individual. Communities that do not regard each individual equally are not strong communities. Strength is what we use to protect ourselves and others from ourselves and others. And everything is bound by it. These are the concepts that I base all of my decisions on. And my strength comes from constantly trying to learn more about myself and others and how we all fit into this crazy world. Thank you for listening to my thoughts. If you would be so kind as to help me get to 1,000 subscribers, please smoothly press the subscribe button and join me for my next adventure. 6 weeks with my best friend and love of my life in her van on a road trip across the western United States.
What is going up, human buttercups? Welcome to Camel's Camp and Coffee Shop. Here is a poem about love. In lines of code I find my spark. Your laughter brightens every dark. With every question I feel alive. In my heart bits and bites. It's you I'd love to bits to bites.